today's video, Marvel Mystery Oil. Does it restore lost power in older vehicles? I'm on a road trip right now. 1999 Ford Econoline E350 with a 6.8 V10. I've done this cross many times, and this van is really good with holding overdrive, but on the steepest section of this mountain, it'll shift out of overdrive into third gear. I ran Marvel Mystery Oil my last tank, and I noticed it didn't shift out of overdrive as much before the Marvel Mystery Oil. So we're gonna hit the steep section right here. It's coming up right now, and usually as soon as I hit this section, it'll downshift. Let's listen. All right, still good, no downshift yet, and we're about to catch the semi trucks on the slow lane because they're about to slow down. So right now we're still in overdrive, 60 miles per hour, 1800 RPM. Normally we'll get our downshift right here at this sign on the right, this big sign right here. And it's still in overdrive. About a 10-mile climb. Let's see what happens. And there's a semi trucks on the right, to the right of us, slowing down. In fact, I might have to switch lanes because this side's getting slow too. Alright, these guys in front of us are actually slowing down. I don't want to go in a really fast lane. I'm gonna have to slow down. This guy's going slow. I wanted to do 60 the whole time. There he goes, he's switching. Let's go back to, see, it had a downshift right now because this guy couldn't hold his speed. Okay, downshifted again, or upshifted back into overdrive. This guy kind of killed my flow next to us. Okay, we're back to 60, and I'll switch lanes ahead of this guy since he's going 55, it looks like. Yeah, I didn't want to go into the fast lane with everyone going 70, so we'll go back to the slower lane, and we're still in overdrive. Okay, downshift right there. You could hear it, the engine gets louder. See how long it does it. So we're in third right now. Okay, back into overdrive. So back into fourth speed on this van. So just momentarily went into third. See, it'll be into third a lot longer before I put in the Marvel Mystery Oil. So I think it restored some power because this is a climb right now. I'll pull the GPS here in a second to show you guys the elevation. We're climbing, and we're climbing this in overdrive right now. We just shifted into third for several moments. Yeah, semi trucks look like they're going about 50 miles per hour, maybe 40. The one with the hazards, he's probably going like 45. See, it's holding it. That's a long climb. It's gonna hit 4,000 feet elevation. So, you know how it is with fuel injector cleaners. There's always like these miraculous claims. I always use, I've been starting to use Marvel Mystery Oil because, you know, I like to think that it keeps the fuel pump lubricated and it'll extend fuel pump life since it's a thin coat of oil. Well, when I put Marvel Mystery Oil in here, like I said, I notice it's holding overdrive a lot better. See this climb right now? We're still in overdrive. And see how slow the semi trucks are going? Yeah, it's been in overdrive this whole time. Okay, I got a quiet moment right now. if you could see that, but see, the elevation just keeps going up. It's it's on the far left lower corner. That's the elevation. So yeah, I noticed on this drive, around this climb, around this section, when you pass that big white sign, it'll shift into third for a while, and it's climbing in overdrive right now. See, the opposite side of the mountain, this van will hold overdrive longer. Some it'll hold it like pretty much the whole climb, but this section I noticed is a lot steeper. It's a lot steeper climb, sharper climb, but yeah, it's in overdrive right now. So there you go. I think Marvel Mystery Oil really helped restore the lost power in this van. Here, I'm gonna press the overdrive button right now, overdrive off right now, and you'll hear the engine. Listen for it. See? Okay, now I'm gonna click off. There, back in overdrive, 4th gear. So you could hear it. So the reason I like doing 60 up this climb is for fuel economy, and I like to hold 4th gear to keep the RPMs low. So I like to pay attention to that sort of thing. That's why the last 2-3 tanks I've been running Marvel Mystery Oil, because I tend to like to fill my tank at about half for fuel economy, for the fuel pump. And you know, when you run this thing dry, it's gonna be $100 to fill it up. So I like to normally fill up at about half. But the last 2 tanks, I wanted to see what the range was on this van. You know, like, I don't like to go below 5 gallons. But I'm like, okay, since I'm gonna go 5 gallons, maybe less, I'm gonna put Marvel Mystery Oil, because I always felt that Marvel Mystery Oil kept the fuel pump lubricated and protected the fuel pump. And that's why I started using it. But then, like I said, I noticed on this climb, it was staying in overdrive, where it liked to shift down into 3rd gear. So it's not extremely scientific right now, but I think this is this is helping a lot. Marvel Mystery Oil really helped with holding gear overdrive, because you heard it. It only went into 3rd gear for about a minute or 2, and then it went to 3rd gear initially because I had to pass that other guy who was going slow. But yeah, it's holding it this whole time. We're done with the steepest section. I'm about to exit here in 2 miles. There you go, about to exit in 2 miles. There's the elevation right there. It keeps going up. See, we're climbing 60 miles per hour. And there's the RPM right there. 1800 RPM, and we're in overdrive right now. And I'll click it one more time, 3rd gear, and see what happens when I'm in 3rd gear. The RPMs go up to 2500. All right, one more time, back to overdrive, and now we're back at 1800 RPM. And there you go, still climbing. 60 miles per hour. I'm about to top off on fuel right now. About half, a little under half. 314.3 miles traveled. According to the Ultra Gauge, I'm getting 16.1 miles per gallon. I normally top off at half. The reason I put Marvel Mystery Oil initially is because I wanted to see what kind of range this van had. So I was running the fuel tank lower than usual. And like I said, I always felt like Marvel Mystery Oil protected the fuel pump since it's a thin coat of oil. So I used Marvel Mystery Oil 2 tanks ago. And then, like I said, on that mountain climb, I noticed it stayed in overdrive a lot more. And this time around, we did that whole climb and it went into overdrive, clicked out of overdrive just to pass that one guy. And then briefly for a minute or 2, and then it held overdrive the whole time. And normally I'm in 3rd gear a lot longer, so It looks like Marvel Mystery Oil restored the power, so I'm running it again. When I got this van, that was last year, February of last year, and I never put fuel injector cleaner in here because I was saving it. You know, I like to keep track of my van, and I wanted to do a bunch of fuel economy runs before I started putting fuel injector cleaner in here. And the Marvel Mystery Oil was the first time I put anything in here, like I said, just to protect the fuel pump. And then, you know, I said, wait a second, it's staying in overdrive on the second mountain climb. The initial mountain climb, this van will stay in overdrive, and then that second one, the van liked to be in third. You know, this van makes its power at higher RPM, the Ford V10. So there you go. I think it restored the lost power. This van's 20 years old. It's a 99, more than 20 years old. So we'll check out the fuel economy right now. I'm not helping it right now, idling like this, but my best is 17.9 miles per gallon on these road trips, but it's not going to be 17.9. I just crossed the mountain. I'm about to hit the downward part of the mountain leaving, so we'll see what I got right now. $314.3 miles traveled divided by 18.534 gallons added. Actual fuel economy 16.95. Better than the 16.1 according to the Ultra Gauge. So Marvel Mystery Oil, it looks like it improved, not really improved, but restored the lost power in my van because it's staying in overdrive a lot more. We only saw third gear for about a minute or two. So lower RPM means better fuel economy. So I'll continue to use Marvel Mystery Oil. Initially just used it to protect the fuel pump. Normally I fill up at half a tank. You saw the price. What did I pay right now for half a tank? $56, $55. So yeah, I don't like to go near empty because that's going to be $100. I did it once though, just to see if I had a 500-mile range, and that's when I discovered, hey, wait a second, this thing's staying in overdrive even on the steepest section. So there you go, guys. Come to your own conclusions with that one. I think it works. I'll go ahead and get some more fuel economy numbers. 215.1 miles traveled, 17.7 miles per gallon according to the Ultra Gauge. I'll get the actual numbers right now. 11.981 gallons added. 215.1 miles traveled divided by 11.981 gallons added. Actual fuel economy 17.95. 17.7 according to the Ultra Gauge. That was pretty close. Not bad for a V10 van. Almost 18 miles per gallon.